Another day, another story. Today, we are going to take a deep dive into the Falkland Islands War, a conflict that took place in 1982 between Argentina and the United Kingdom over the disputed Falkland Islands. This war lasted for 74 days and resulted in the deaths of hundreds of soldiers and civilians. In this video, we will explore the background and causes of the conflict, the major events and battles, the political and military implications of the war, and its lasting legacy. To understand the Falkland Islands War, we need to go back to the history of the islands themselves. The Falkland Islands are a British overseas territory located in the South Atlantic Ocean, about 300 miles east of Argentina. The islands have been inhabited since the 18th century, and in 1833, the United Kingdom established a permanent settlement and claimed sovereignty over the islands. However, Argentina has long claimed sovereignty over the islands as well, based on its proximity and historical ties to the region. Tensions between Argentina and the United Kingdom over the Falkland Islands had been simmering for decades, and in the 1970s and 1980s, they escalated due to various factors. For one, Argentina was going through a period of political and economic instability, and the military junta that had seized power in 1976 saw the Falkland Islands as a way to distract the population from domestic issues and rally support for the regime. Additionally, the discovery of oil and other natural resources in the region increased the strategic importance of the islands. On April 2, 1982, the Argentine military junta led by General Leopoldo Galtieri ordered the invasion and occupation of the Falkland Islands. The British government, under Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, condemned the invasion and immediately dispatched a naval task force to retake the islands. The task force consisted of dozens of ships and submarines, including the aircraft carrier HMS Hermes and the guided missile destroyer HMS Sheffield. The conflict began on April 3, 1982, with the sinking of the HMS Sheffield by an Argentine Exocet missile. This was followed by a series of naval battles, airstrikes, and ground operations, as British forces tried to gain a foothold on the islands and engage the Argentine forces in battle. Some of the key battles and events during the war included the landing of British forces at San Carlos Bay on May 21, 1982, the sinking of the Argentine cruiser General Belgrano by the British submarine HMS Conqueror on May 2, 1982, the Battle of Goose Green on May 28–29, 1982, in which British forces captured an Argentine garrison, the Battle of Mount Tumbledown on June 13–14, 1982, in which British forces captured the key high ground overlooking the capital, Port Stanley, the Argentine surrender on June 14, 1982, and the British re-establishment of control over the islands. The war resulted in the deaths of 649 Argentine military personnel, 255 British military personnel, and 3 Falkland Islanders. It also caused significant economic and political damage to both countries, as well as to other countries in the region that were affected by the conflict. Implications and legacy. The Falkland Islands War had significant political and military implications for both Argentina and the United Kingdom. For Argentina, the loss of the war led to the collapse of the military dictatorship and the restoration of democracy in the country. It also had a profound impact on the country's foreign policy and its relationship with the United Kingdom and other countries in the region. For the United Kingdom, the war was a significant victory and helped to bolster the government's domestic support and international standing. However, it also exposed weaknesses in the country's military and sparked a debate about the role of the armed forces in foreign policy. Additionally, the war had a lasting impact on the Falkland Islanders themselves, who have since become more assertive in their demands for self-determination and closer ties with the United Kingdom. The legacy of the Falkland Islands War can still be felt today, more than 40 years later. The islands remain a British overseas territory, and the sovereignty dispute with Argentina continues to simmer. The war also had wider implications for international law and the use of force, particularly in cases where territorial disputes are involved. In conclusion, the Falkland Islands War was a significant conflict that had far-reaching political, military, and social implications for both Argentina and the United Kingdom. It was a tragic and costly conflict that resulted in the loss of many lives, but it also shaped the course of history and had a lasting impact on the people and nations involved. We hope this video has provided you with a better understanding of the Falkland Islands War and its legacy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.